strangers, strange new friends. Makes it a little harder, maybe over here. Yeah, seems like a good way to do it. Well, I'm delighted to be here at the Hachette booth. That's who I am, right? And we're launching a new imprint which will complement all the other things that Hachette does, including obviously little brown books for young readers. And the mission is very simple, but I think it's a good mission. I think it's a great mission, and it's a mission that we will work our hardest to make sure that we fulfill it. And that is that when a child finishes a Jimmy book, they will say, "Please give me another book." And I think that's really the hardest job that we have right now with kids, to get them to get in the habit of reading. And the best way, the way we start all our habits, whatever foods we love, whatever movies we love, is we have good experiences, and then we say, give me some more broccoli, or give me I want to go see another movie. And insofar as we have not so good experiences, and unfortunately, hey, that happens a lot of times in school. We go, don't give me another book, and that's the thing we're struggling with. At any rate, with Jimmy Books, we're going to try to make sure that everything we do is good and good for you. Whatever I make off of this is going to go back into the various programs that I have, so I will not make money. These guys will make a lot. You got, yeah. No, they do a lot to help this whole thing work. So they lose money on me, but I'm worth it, right? Let's see what else. Anybody have any questions about what we're doing? We will do obviously the children's books that I do and the YA, and then we will do a very small number of other people's books. And once again, those would be books where we feel here is a book that, in our opinions, kids will read and say, "Please give me another book." So it won't be many, but the ones we pick, and the books that we select, we will really try to do a real great job at making sure that people are aware the books exist and getting them out there to the public. So, any questions? Yes. Hi.
How are you?
When Nathan Lane said that, he got laughter. He said, "Hi." Everybody's laughing at something. Yeah, it was good.
Second mic.
The question has to do with the more kids get involved with reading, the more it encourages them to create, to use their imagination, the more powerful and the more likely they are to continue reading. Are we doing anything like that with Jimmy? Not yet, but it's certainly, look, this is like the first day. But yeah, tomorrow we're going to do that stuff. No, it absolutely is true. For better or worse, we have very self-involved young people, and that's just the way of the world now. They do want, and it obviously is a good thing if they use their imaginations. And would that schools dealt more with that in terms, and it can be very, very simple stuff at school. What are you going to do after school? And the average kid will go, I don't know. It's just stimulating them when they're asking a question to just, what are the possibilities? What are the possibilities? And that, I think is helpful all the way through life. Where are we going to go on our vacation? I don't know. What do you think? No, let's just start thinking of all the possibilities, which is kind of how so I think that's a great question. Anybody else? No other questions? No other questions? Not even my little brown plants don't have it?
We need to plant,
yeah.
What age range are you aiming at?
What age range? Well, I would say, kind of 7 and up. It'll be kind of, middle school age, elementary school books, and then YA is all over the lot. I mean, you have 80-year-olds reading YA, so that's a mixed bag. But I mean, primarily, we're trying to read 7 up through teenage years. Probably 7 to 15 would be our sweet spot. We may get into, I don't know. I mean, if somebody brought us the crayon book, we might be smart enough to go, boy, this is a good one. Or a book with no pictures, we might be able to, no, that's a good one. Anybody else? There's our best plan, the number one. Yes.
I'm curious about, after having helped bookstores and libraries with grants for those that have needs for development, do you have other areas that you intend to expand your advocacy and charitable giving?
The question Michael had is in terms of the charities that we support, what else are we going to do? On the way here, I was approached in terms of not school libraries, but public libraries. That's obviously a big need. Public libraries are getting less and less funding, so that's definitely on our list. School libraries are huge, and I don't know if we'll ever have enough money to help as many. And the interesting thing this is fascinating to me, when we laid it out that we wanted to help independent bookstores, it was a little difficult to get bookstores to raise their hands, even though we made it very simple. Just write a couple of paragraphs on how we can help. When we did it with Scholastic for school libraries, we had like 20,000 requests in 2 weeks. So there's obviously a huge need there, and I think we could stop at school libraries and independent bookstores, but we'll see what we can do in addition to that. Part of it is just being clever. Look, all I can do really is just shine a light, put a beacon up, and get some publicity to the fact that school libraries have a lot of trouble being funded. A lot of them do. Some don't, but a lot of them have virtually no books, no librarians, and that's not great. And then also maybe helping the school libraries to be a little more creative, and schools in terms of how to get the kids there. I mean, to me, in all schools, the first class trip shouldn't be to the zoo. Zoo's great. The first trip should be to the school library. And for that to be a very stimulating thing. Okay. One more question? Anybody? Questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
My name is Regina Brooks. My question is, when does the list launch? When is the first set of books coming out?
The question is, when does the list launch? When's the first set? Well, we have Treasure Hunters, which is one of mine, which will be in September, I think, August or September. And obviously, since we're just starting, we have not, we're just beginning to reach out for other authors. So that will probably be next year before we have another author's book. But I would hope we'll have one for the spring list, our small but strong spring list. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, tell them. That was just thank you. This woman owns a small bookstore and has a young daughter who doesn't like my books. No, she does like them. Thank you.
You should come visit. Come visit.